When the Toronto Raptors came out of their huddle with 4.2 seconds remaining in Game 7 of the 2019 Eastern Conference semifinals against the Philadelphia 76ers, a franchise, a nation, and a tortured fan base held its collective breath. Kawhi Leonard came out of that timeout with the weight of the world on his broad shoulders, though you'd never know it. Seconds later, Leonard would knock down one of the biggest shots in basketball history, author one of the greatest moments in Canadian sports history, and turn Raptors fans into believers.
Is this the dagger?
To understand the stakes for the Raptors and for Leonard himself, you have to consider the years leading up to this moment. After spending nearly 2 decades as one of the NBA's laughingstocks, the Raptors ushered in a new era of respectability in the mid-2010s under team executive Masai Ujiri, with a mantra to own their status as the league's northern outsiders. Under Ujiri's watch, and with all-stars Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan leading the way on the court, the Raptors transformed into a perennial playoff team, only to once again become the butt of the joke there, too. Toronto was eliminated in the first round of the playoffs as the higher seed in both 2014 and 2015, with Paul Pierce becoming the latest star to have the pleasure of kicking the Raptors while they were down. After finally breaking through and advancing to the franchise's first conference final in 2016, and even pushing the eventual champion Cavaliers to 6 games, the Raptors suffered humiliating second-round sweeps at the hands of LeBron James's Cavs in 2017 and 2018. The latter of which saw the Raps enter the playoffs as the East's 59-win top seed. For their, efforts, and after James once again treated playoff games against the Raptors like his own personal playground, Toronto received a new nickname no one affiliated with the team could shake.
Cleveland outscored Toronto by 13. We'll be back to LeBronto for the fourth quarter after this.
In response, Ujiri replaced Coach of the Year Dwayne Casey with his well-traveled assistant, Nick Nurse, but the biggest shoe was still to drop. Ujiri traded franchise icon DeRozan, the beloved star who, unlike so many Raptors greats before him, wanted nothing more than to continue representing Canada's team. Even gutsier, Ujiri's front office moved DeRozan to San Antonio for Kawhi Leonard, an assumed malcontent coming off an injury that sidelined him for almost an entire season and entering the final year of his contract. But Leonard was the type of championship-level superstar Toronto had never known, and the potential reward of the former Finals MVP leading the Raptors to the Promised Land outweighed the risks that came to town with him. Kawhi was excellent during the regular season, and the Raptors won 58 games. But given the massive bet Ujiri and company had made on an expiring Leonard, who was limited to 60 regular season contests as load management became the phrase of the day, another early postseason exit would have been a franchise-altering disaster. Remember, the Raptors had also replaced the reigning Coach of the Year with a rookie head coach, and LeBron had taken his talents west, so that built-in excuse was gone. After dispatching 7th-seeded Orlando in 5 games, the 2nd-seeded Raptors ran up against a stacked 76ers team, who pushed them to the limit. Leonard's heroics had already helped Toronto avoid disaster earlier in the series, but nothing could compare to what he had in store for Game 7. After carrying the Raptors all night, Leonard stepped to the free throw line with 10.8 seconds remaining and the Raps up 1. After making the first free throw to give him 39 of Toronto's first 90 points, Leonard missed the second, giving then Sixers star Jimmy Butler the avenue needed for a daring game-tying drive.
I wouldn't be surprised if Jimmy Butler, who loves the moment, if he gets the opportunity to take it.
Short, caught by Harris. 2-point game. Here comes Butler driving. Layup is good!
Raptors fans knew this scenario all too well. Sure, there were 4.2 seconds left on the clock, and the team still had an opportunity to avoid overtime. But come on, let's be real. These are the moments legends add to their resumes while playing against the Raptors, not for them. These are the shots guys hit to break Canadian basketball fans' hearts, not mend them.
Kobe Bryant pulls back. Kobe Bryant makes it. Lynn puts it up. Bang! Jeremy Lin from downtown, and the Knicks take the lead. Durant is
for the lead, and he drills it.
It's going to be James. Here it is. See, it's under 3 seconds to go. Throws up the floater. Oh, blast! Good night, Cleveland. That is for you.
These are the moments where a Raptor is supposed to fall short.
At 5 seconds, Lowry. Williams a tight defense. Here is Lowry on the deck through 2. Lowry put it up. It's blocked by Pierce, and the Nets win the series.
Carter trying to get free. Carter at the buzzer. No good. And the Sixers hold on and advance to the conference finals.
As Leonard was about to remind the basketball world, however, these weren't the same old Toronto Raptors. These were Kawhi Leonard's Toronto Raptors.
It's off to Leonard, defended by Simmons. Is this the dagger? Game! Series! Toronto has won!
Leonard's 4-bounce jumper was the first Game 7 winning buzzer beater in NBA history, and the first buzzer beater to end a winner-take-all game since Michael Jordan famously levitated for his 1989 first-round shot in Cleveland. For Raptors fans, it was as if nearly a quarter-century of heartbreak, and the resultant expectation that something was eventually bound to go wrong was overcome in one glorious moment. Another demon vanquished with every bounce that ball took off the Scotiabank Arena rim. This time, it was another fan base's turn to cry. For once, it was Toronto's opponent asking questions like, what did we do to deserve this? And why did Ben Simmons stop running? The devastating loss also extended what has since become the NBA's 4th longest conference finals drought, something members of the 76ers still have to reckon with every time they fly into Toronto. As for the Raptors, the team and its fans suddenly believed. With Leonard, anything felt possible. And Toronto carried that belief all the way to the franchise's first championship later that spring, with Leonard winning his 2nd Finals MVP award. Though there was more to it than just Toronto's victory over the Kevin Durant-less Warriors in the finals, Leonard's Raptors helped end the KD era in Golden State and the Warriors' reign over the association. Durant's departure in free agency that summer, and Leonard's own decision to head home and play for the Clippers reset the league's balance of power and ushered in an almost unprecedented era of NBA parity. Though Leonard left the Raptors in 2019 free agency, there could never be hard feelings like Toronto had harbored in the past for players like Chris Bosh and Tracy McGrady, or the traded Vince Carter.
Fans, please welcome back Kawhi
Leonard delivered on a level that was previously inconceivable for the franchise, which is why his image and that shot remain plastered on walls, shirts, and bodies all over Toronto years after his lone season north of the border. He came, he saw, he conquered, with an all-time assist from one soft Toronto rim.
Thanks for watching. If you liked this video and want to see more content like this, be sure to hit that subscribe button.